5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Smurf.
Smurf. Alright, welcome to Donkey Kong Country 2. This is for the Super Nintendo. That's about all I know about it. But apparently it involves rolling monkeys, and my fingers seem to be doing the things that make you go through the game on their own. So this is good.
Cool.
Another fact I remember is that the first two worlds all have secret warps to the exits. And this one actually has a special non-developer intended warp. So that's called beetle clashing. That's when you basically throw a beetle right before the other one hits you in the butt. And what that does is that turns one of the beetles into a glitched object that you roll around and throw. And when you throw it at the right spot, it takes you out of the level.
Yeah, basically it like confuses the in-game IDs and causes the like invisible object causes the barrel to warp you to the end of the game. It tells the game that you finished the level as opposed to teleporting you or whatever. Because there's actually a developer intended warp at the bottom there, but it's slow. You have to go to the exit and stuff. So of course, just did the long one.
Right, so this will be the first thing in the run that's actually really hard. Hard to explain why it is. But basically jumping as the snake is really hard. As is that. As is that.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so this boss is the only major source of RNG in the game. A lot of people reset over how many fake eggs they get. Oh no. That's actually the biggest mistake in the run so far. I knocked the bird to the right instead of the left.
Ah, fuck.
Alright. Actually, the biggest mistake in the run was doing it. Alright, that's not bad. So I got one fake egg. And we want to beat all the bosses with Dixie, because her guitar solo is very fast.
Rapping ditties for the fans.
Alright, so here's another wrong warp. Instead of using beetles, I'm going to use the barrel guy. Maybe? No. Alright, so we didn't get that wrong warp. It's no big deal. I just go through this warp like you normally would see. If I'd done the warp correctly, I would have been out of the level already.
Yeah, I still got the 2-1 jump though. Like boss.
Yeah. That made it worth it.
So basically, you can do an extended jump by doing a frame perfect input into a 2-frame window, which he did there, and he just grabbed the ledge as opposed to having to throw his boyfriend up there.
So I was adapted a technique called a team throw super jump. Basically, when you throw your other monkey at an enemy, you can get a big extra jump as the Kong is rebounding off the thing you threw it at. And that would have just saved a couple seconds. In the first, honestly, this whole game is about doing things that hardly save any time and are really dangerous. So, like, on one hand, I've made a couple mistakes, but on the other hand, they've only lost like freaking like 5 seconds. It's not a huge deal. But yeah, if this were a PB attempt, I'd have to reset. Not a joke.
And if he gets it, it only saves like about 3 seconds. So.
Joe, remember where that warp is. I know you need to know where that one is. If you ever play this again.
Ah, yeah, this one is a doozy.
Well, I mean, it's got the 2 best, donkey characters, so there's a chance.
I just know, like, if you don't know where the warp is for that balloon level, then you're in for a bad time.
Yeah, that level takes forever.
Alright, boss number 2. This guy's pretty hard. Mainly because there's a trick called the lava fly, which is again one of those things that saves like a couple seconds. But everyone has to go for it. And if you mess it up, you die.
Definitely one of the hardest bosses to do fast, in my opinion.
For sure. So this is the lava fly. Speaks for itself.
The cannonball placement will also matter. He's getting really good RNG here.
Alright, we're good. After that, there's very, like, unlikely chance that I'll get hit or anything. So yeah, game moves at a really fast pace early on because of those developer intended warps. Starting now though, things are gonna really slow down. Your average world length is like 7 or 8 minutes. So on to unnecessarily green land. Everything in this whole goddamn world is way, way too green.
Yeah.
So this guy, you can ride him. I don't know if you knew that, but he's actually probably the fastest form of travel in the game, except maybe if he counts like shooting out of barrels. But yeah, his little charge is outstandingly fast. You don't get to use it very often though, unfortunately. Alright, so I'm going to set up a glitch here. I threw up into the air, into that barrel. And something about that throwing up into the air state got stored, such that when I hit this guy, I now have this big ass jump for some reason. And I can cross that whole platform. Alright, we going to solo Dixie Glimmers on D-Rust? I think so.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to do something really stupid here. And save 5 frames by not grabbing that DK barrel. And if I die, then that'll be awesome.
But if he doesn't die, then he'll save a bunch of frames. Which will actually add up to like seconds, because you can lose a lot of time here.
It's mostly just to keep me awake. Like, now that I know a hit will kill me, like, I'm being really precise.
I feel like this is one of those levels though, if you don't really focus and pay attention, you can lose so much time.
Oh yeah, this is commonly considered basically top 2 or 3 hardest levels in the game to get a really good IL time in. I can personally attest to having to basically spend like 10 hours grinding this level to try to get close to Void's time in this.
Yeah, anything that has like water in it is typically usually pretty Monka-esque. Glimmers is like surprisingly like a very satisfying water level though, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh no, my old nightmare. So at SGQ, this was the biggest mistake in the run. This level has a wrong warp in it. It's not considered very hard, but I have a mental block on it. Let's see if 3 months of not playing the game fixed that mental block. I'm guessing it did. Let's find out.
I mean, crack warp is just
it
frustrating.
did. Alright, so that skips this whole back half of that level. I honestly couldn't explain to you how it works.
Nice.
I'm not even gonna try. So yeah, look, unnecessarily green in a nutshell. That's this level. I hate it. So does everybody, honestly, except rare few person who mentions how the music is good. I was like, have you played the level?
I mean, it does have a fiery ass tune, to be fair.
Yeah, I love this shit. As a kid, I would just turn on this song and like run around my basement. No joke.
I can totally see that though. I used to do the same shit.
Yeah. So to be honest, this level is going pretty well. There's
Oh, nice.
you're trying to basically hold right the entire time, but there's variance in how high your jumps are, just depending on how long you hold B. And that also controls how big your bounces are. So the whole time you're actually really carefully trying to balance how big your jumps are in order to make the enemy spawn in such a way that things work out. Kind of like how that just did. I can't really explain how that works either. But yeah, I can explain how this works. This beetle is the exit to the level you just never knew. So what you do is you throw that here, and then you're gone. Alright, so this level's kind of shitty. It's a lot of these barrels where you have to do, I think, 3-frame inputs in order to do it optimally. But like, if you really care, like, you're basically trying to do all these shots frame perfectly anyway. That's definitely not the kind of thinking mode I'm in right now. Yeah, I saw that damage boost was supposed to let me skip this section. Messed it up. No big deal though. Considering how the rest of the run has gone so far, things are doing pretty well. Alright, so a big famous trick coming up called Vine Clip. I'm gonna throw the monkey at the clamp on, and that's gonna give me a lot of height to do that. Alright. I can almost say goodbye to all the green.
That's pretty good, Brambler.
Thank you. Alright, so this guy is a complete joke. I'm gonna sell out here and say, please donate for our combo race incentives tomorrow. Some of the crazier members of the Rollin Deep crew are gonna do a big combo race tomorrow, and the games that are included in the race are influenced by donation incentives. So do check that out if you're interested. So far, we're looking at probably like 6-hour race at least. Uh-oh. I forgot what phase I was on.
Word. Type in donation goal and you can check exclamation point donation goal and you can check the games there. Make sure to get your donations in today so we can get our boys to GDQ. Represent, so we'll be out here rolling deep for Orlando 2020. Hell yeah.
Also, if anyone is confused, we had some changes in the schedule. And once this run is over, it should still be Demon Smalls at the same time, roughly, that he was going to start. So everything will be back on track after this run's over.
Rolling deep. Yeah, so the only thing really to mention here is you can see Canis walking to the side every time he kind of auto-scroller boss drops down. It's just to get a quick hit, make it go by a little faster.
Alright, so this level has got the honey mechanic. So the name of the game is being able to essentially jump off the honey as quickly as you can, which, you know, can take you anything from several seconds to do to a single frame, depending on how much you practice.
Yeah, it's much harder than it looks.
Yeah. So how well you perform the honey in this level really separates like the people who've been playing the game for a long time from beginners, because you'll see them beat the level easily like 10 seconds faster.
Get some of the scroll screen shit going on.
Oh yeah, I
here.
forgot that that's an unusual thing that people don't see all the time. Yeah, so scroll. I can't explain how it works.
I'm not gonna lie, neither can I. You do some inputs though, and
Where am I, Dixie? What the fuck? You're not supposed to be. Okay. What? Might as well. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna lose like a second because of that. But... So yeah, this is an auto-scroller. There's hardly anything you can do to speed this up. The one thing you can do to speed it up, I can no longer do. Enjoy the auto-scroller. Totally vanilla version. Oh my god, I almost died. Yeah, so for people who really care and try hard, what you can do is, for each of these carts, you want to like generally land on the left side of the head, because that implies that you had essentially started the thing moving as soon as possible. So people will do that, basically risk death to save a frame or two every single cart. But again, since I'm Dixie, I'm not going to try and do that because her jumps all have different arcs, which means my visual cues won't work. So the next level is another wrong warp that is considered to be one of the hardest. Uh-oh.
Oof. I don't like the sound of that.
So the way this next wrong warp is going to work is I have to climb the rope in a very particular way to load things on the camera in a certain way. That's really the bulk of it. After that, I need to do a carefully timed beetle clash. But a lot of what's actually going on behind the scenes in this warp is that rope right there. You have to do that in a very particular way. Now I use invincibility to do this. And with that, as long as I climb that rope correctly, we should be out of the level, which we are. Somehow. 3 months rusty. I don't know what the fuck is going on right now.
Nice. That level's apps is... If you don't get that fucking wrong warp, then you might as well just turn your console off. Throw your cartridge in the garbage.
It's really super common for anybody to fail that. I've seen all the best runners lose many runs to that trick.
Yeah, get that first try is really good because it's pretty scary. I mean, you could be one of the best in the world, and like Kana said, you still mess that trick up. It's
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, the jump into the corner you do with the beetle, where I was invincible. The timing isn't super tight. It's like 6 frames, but it's largely influenced by your positioning. So because of that, you need to adjust your timing based on real-time reflex, basically. Unless you have like a perfectly consistent setup, which most people don't.
Yeah.
Except for the corner, but you know, that loses time. Alright, so mud hole. I'm probably gonna grab midway here.
Basically the hardest level in the entire game.
Yeah. For non-animal buddy mechanics, so that means not like Rambi or Engard and stuff, this is probably the hardest level. Once you start talking about Webwoods and Toxic, then it's like you're almost talking about completely different video games. Because the controls are so different. But yeah, for Diddy Kong movement, this level is definitely the hardest, I'd say. And there's a wrong warp too. Whew. Hope I'm not too rusty at this, because this is actually a somewhat new strat for me, a beetle punch.
Oh shit.
Alright, we're gonna butt scoop. Come on, butt scoop properly. Come on. Okay. Yes, okay.
Nice.
All I can really say about what was just going on right now is that I was doing a backup strategy. And if I hadn't done that backup strategy, instead of taking me out of the level,
it would have soft locked this shit.
Maybe, yeah. Or I would have been in the bonus, which lose like $1 billion.
That would have sucked too, yeah.
But Actually, it isn't hard to explain that. It is literally a backup strat. You have to back up to grab the cannonball, doing what I call the butt scoot technique. Just where you're facing left, but you're kind of scooting to the right with your butt. And because of that, you keep the camera locked to the left, which is what was required to make that wrong warp work. And say hi to the boss of World 4, who's going to die in 2 cycles very soon.
Nice.
Oh, okay. A little rusty on the Ramby section. But yes, this section is as fun to play as it looks. So do learn this speedrun.
Can't you don't you can get a infinite warp too, right? If you were to fucking barrel without scrolling the screen.
Not sure. Are you talking about mud holes still?
Yeah.
I don't think that's happened to me. Or well, there's been things similar to that happen where like game kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, like it freaks out and doesn't know what to do for a little bit. Oh, no,
Yeah, and you're like stuck there forever. Cause I'm pretty sure I've had that happen before.
Yeah, there's a way to make that happen. I'm just not sure how. Fortunately, it seems pretty rare.
Okay. Man.
That's World 4 in 21 minutes. Sorry, so this is definitely going to be underestimate.
Yeah, this is going pretty good.
So, most of the, what I call gimmicky tricks of the game are now over. I mean, there's definitely a few, but if you'll notice World 4, look at the kind of things that had to happen there. I had to do the scrolly scroll as the spider, I had to wrong warp through Bramble, I had to wrong warp through, you know, Mud Hole. You had a bunch of cart levels. Well, this world is a breath of fresh air, I think, because it's like you're a monkey and you're rolling and jumping.
I mean, there's a lot of small stuff that you do that you don't really notice.
Yeah, it's true. I take a lot of it for granted. Like that right there, that extra long roll. The fact that I could die in one hit right now and I'm not really thinking about it. This roll right here is kind of weird.
Oh, nice.
So if I'm going to die in this level, it'll be right here. Alright. Alright, good enough. Yeah, World 3 is... It's a simple world, simpler world. It's dangerous. You can die very easily.
That was fucking awesome.
But generally, if you die, it's because you fell in a pit. Classic platforming. That's all it is, you know? It's not, oh no, I lost a minute because I didn't throw the beaver at the damn beetle and then the camera didn't pan the right way.
Yeah, but if you notice, like, the way, like, how fast he moves, like, especially off the ropes and shit, that stuff is actually really, really, really difficult.
Yeah, the ropes are actually like honey in that regard. Where you can maybe take 0.2 of a second to jump off the rope after you grab it, or it might take you 2 frames to jump off the rope if you grab it. If you do one of those more often than the other on average, then it's gonna be a big difference. Damn it. Alright, so Tupac might eat me here. And that is Tupac behind us, by the way. In case you're wondering who's Tupac, well, it's not Diddy and it's not Dixie. So it must be Tupac. Alright, 2 B's. Oh, you son of... And the third sneaky son of a... So... Yeah, dude. Tupac's gonna get me. I need that extra life. So, yeah, I can start talking about the next level already. It's basically the last level again, but with wind mechanic now. So I guess that is kind of gimmicky. But not a big deal. For the most part, you're just a monkey rolling around and jumping.
I mean,
I like simple speedrun stuff, like movement.
Ghostly's underrated IMO.
Yeah, dude, it's one of the favorites. I like it unless I'm trying to PB, then I don't like it. Then I hate it.
I think they're both
so hard to get
very,
through World 4.
very, very underlooked in regards of how difficult it is to move fast and like you try some of the higher end strats. If you play this game and you try some of the higher end strats where you see like certain players roll through certain enemies or not grab the chest, for example, or something like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You don't realize how hard it is until you actually try it.
Alright, very nice. Alright, so this next level... Dude, I lied, man. Like, nothing I've said in this run is actually accurate so far. So here comes a very gimmicky level. Very much not a run around and jump as a monkey level. I mean, there's some jumping, but mostly just falling.
Mostly. It's gonna be some interesting deboost stuff going on, but...
Oh! Alright.
Definitely one of the more aesthetically
I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm fucked.
No.
Is that the first death? That's the first death, isn't it?
Yeah.
First big mistake of the run.
You're still on really good pace, actually.
Yeah, I'm not worried about getting 45, that's for sure. Alright, so fortunately if you do that, here's a little backup strat. You can actually start this section with Diddy and Dixie on your shoulders, then you deboost into the thing, and then you had a chance to do another deboost just like that, and wow. So, yeah, the backup strats are not very well practiced. This level blows.
This level, dude.
Come on. Alright, there you go. That's what you're supposed to do.
Oof, my
then... Oh, man.
Oof.
Okay, we got it.
Alright.
1, 2, 3. Boom. Alright. So next comes another very gimmicky level. Web Woods.
The next few levels are actually kind of gimmicky.
Oh yeah, dude. I forgot about Castle Crush. Ooh,
Yeah, you forgot about like everything. You gotta fucking... even fucking CLC is kind of gimmicky, really.
Oh yeah, that could be a brief interruption in the pace, but Castle Crush could take a while.
Yeah, fuck that trick, dude.
The main reason being is that it's one of the newest tricks, so it's least D-rust resistant. Like, most of the stuff that I'm doing right now, it's just like, it doesn't matter if I haven't played the game in like 3 months. Like, it just doesn't matter, 'cause I've done this shit like way too much in my life.
Yeah,
it's like
that's true.
just all
Like,
completely automated.
the overall formula for Webwoods hasn't really changed.
Yeah, it's another important thing to realize. This level's route hasn't really changed in like 7-8 years.
You're fucking killing it though right now.
There's some scars behind getting to that point though, that's for sure.
That eagle pit, man.
Oh, I don't know if I remember how to do this part. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was barely hit. This is a little bit of RNG here. I got the bad RNG, which loses, I think, 2.5 seconds. Something like that. I have it written down somewhere.
There's nothing really considering the first boss, but...
Taking a little safe route on those roads.
RNG in a platformer, come on!
Whew. Alright, again, switching to Dixie at the last second just to get the guitar solo. It's a little faster. Alright, so still sub 30. Alright, so this is one of the hardest levels in the game.
One of the hardest levels.
Mainly just, well, if you think about it, to really master a level, every single lunge that this stupid fish does, like, even like the little tiny lunges, they have to be planned. Like, it's all very, very carefully planned. And if you don't do it just right, lots of times you'll take damage. Which,
imagine Toxic had the fish buddy.
Oh my god, I would hate that.
Oh, dude, that would be so bad.
I don't know though. Animal Antics had it, but they made that section really easy. Oh, I kind of messed that up. Not a big deal.
I mean, I feel like if you're playing casually, the fish buddy isn't too bad, but just the mechanic, like if you're trying to go fast, his mechanics are so ass.
Yeah. The main thing is, oh wait a second, how does this trick work? I haven't done this in forever. Alright, we good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the fish is super vulnerable, like as it's rearing up to start lunging in this animation, and at the end of the lunge, this animation. So if your lunges aren't timed out perfectly, wow, really? Okay, I got a really hard strat.
I just want to explain real quick that at the beginning there you saw him do that like big boy shit off screen, and there's like a bunch of, basically there's a bunch of enemies and stuff around him even though he's off screen, so he had to like be really precise there with that.
Yeah, I was still dodging enemies, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Alright. Coming up is Ghetto Bees. Ghettoest of all bee tricks. And all that means is I'm going to swoop under 2 bees in a row there. Oh my, and almost get hit by the third one. I had to drop out of the wind there because of the near hit. This is one of the harder levels to optimize as well. Every jump.
This level, though.
You like it?
Casually. Yeah, casually?
Oh yeah, it's cool design.
It was just, like, the concept is kind of interesting. It's definitely an auto scroller, but for an auto scroller, I feel like it's not that bad.
It's an interesting mix of an auto scroller and not. As soon as the wind stops, you're like not in an auto scroller anymore.
Yeah. This fuck ass level, on the other hand. This is probably, I think, everybody's least favorite level for a good reason. Yeah. So kind of like how in Crackhead, where he took damage from the cleaver, he wants to take damage with this fuck ass rhino at the perfect time.
Oh. So, yeah, this is that trick I was talking about earlier, where it's new enough to the fact that I'm rusty really matters again. So hopefully I can get it this try. It's about a minute lost every time you mess it up.
That was fucking sketchy, dude. You got this shit.
That'll work. Alright, cool. Not too bad. Alright, so from here on out, the run is, assuming I don't run out of 14 lives, in pretty good shape.
Assuming I'll run out of 14 lives.
Dude, it could happen.
It could happen. I mean,
just sprints.
It's pretty fair.
Start going for the jump. It's gonna happen.
That would be pretty embarrassing, though. Come
What am
on.
I doing? I forget how to do this trick. Alright, so throwing Dixie hit an invincible barrel. Yeah, that took some concentration to say. Which lets you get all the way to the end. Here comes the final wrong word.
Woo!
Ah! This is going to involve one of the barrel dudes and a cannonball. The cannonball is going to be used to destroy the barrel dude in such a way that blah blah blah. And that's what I meant by blah blah blah.
Yeah. Shoutouts to this wrong word for ruining one of the most awesome levels IMO. The blah 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 blah.
I'm not talking to this level because it's hard.
Yeah. This level basically take everything that was difficult and previously said about fuck ass snake level, fuck ass spider level, and then combined, you know, fuck ass bird and muster it all into one level that's super difficult to do, especially optimally, and then you got toxic. But it accounts for a really satisfying and cool IL because when done properly, it's just like you've mastered a whole different game of its own.
Yeah, dude. I was just trying to show off a new strat there. Didn't get it right, but that's the level though. Let's see. The only thing that really... Two things that are sort of a pain this run, that was... What you call it? Yeah, I can't think. PCP, I died twice there, and the Castle Crush wrong word. So because of that, this run's gonna be...
This is a pretty good run.
Yeah,
Honestly.
about a minute or two from what I would consider like an awesome marathon run. Not too bad overall.
Yeah. This run still rolled unfathomably deep.
I'm going for easy stuff in this level just because.
Ah, come on!
Hey, we got to get ready for tomorrow's plant smoke long. So
Yeah, exactly. And I have a freaking like 5-hour run in an hour or two.
Yeah. Wait, tomorrow? Are we? It's starting at 12, right? Midnight.
It says 9 for me. 9:14 a.m.
Ah, come on.
Yeah, I would rather be later, but also I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen.
MikeKanis is like, I just want to fucking win that race.
I spent $100 so I could make Joe play SMW.
play what?
I'm the one who got SMW accepted because I wanted to make you guys race it.
Yeah.
Wait, what category is it?
It's all castles. So I'm actually
What the fuck?
hyped about that because all castles is like the only category that's acceptable for SMW, to be honest. I
It's
don't
not
like
too
having
bad.
to go through Secret World and shit. Fuck that.
Wait, I didn't know you donated, Canis. Thank you very much for that, dude.
Well, again, I really honestly did it for selfish reason.
Nice throw, dude.
You son of a bitch. You guys and your fucking money.
You guys, fucking money. Whatever. I mean, Joe's mad, but he acts like he's not gonna be 12 hours ahead after DKR.
Yeah, you can definitely still win this, man, because of DKR.
He's gonna literally win just because of DKR. He's gonna be like 12 hours ahead, and I'm gonna be still playing DKR, and you guys are all gonna finish the race.
I can help you guys with stuff in that game if you want. at any time. I'm about to go
PKO?
get food now, but yeah,
Alright.
anytime after that.
Ooh.
Eat,
Mostly
man.
you want to know like the things that
Shout out to-
influence how clean your movement is and how to influence that.
Yeah, I need to unlock TT before the.
Oh my god, you need to get on that, dude.
Yeah, I would do
It's
that
not
right
easy.
now.
Alright, so I'm gonna start playing that and just say fuck Z1 for a while.
Do you have a
because
Game
I'm
Shark?
fired up.
Zelda 1? No, I do not. I'm broke boy. Game Sharks break a lot of here.
Yeah, I wish there were a way to get TT quickly. If you had like a controller pack
What?
with a save file, you could put that into your controller and do it.
Wait,
I remember those good old days, actually using controller packs, like transfer data.
I
don't
do
know.
have a controller pack, but
Yeah, I still have mine in my controller.
controller pack phone.
What is this going to be, like a
Actually,
42OX, I think? I'm not really talking about this boss just because he's stupid free.
Yo, this boss has got the fucking most ballin' ass theme jingle though. That's what's up. Shoutouts to K Rule's music, always been epic.
Yeah,
You know
like
what?
it, dude. Anything with electric guitar. I like the way electric guitars in Super Nintendo sound.
Oh, yo, I had a dream
Really?
the other day that you, it was so weird. I had a dream where I had GQ and you were playing the music for my run.
Really?
Yeah, dude, you were like, you know what I mean? Because Battletoads is
Yeah,
all
dude,
metal.
Battletoads
Like,
is-
playing the fucking guitar, dude. It was so sick.
That's what I was thinking of. I was thinking like electric guitar in Super Nintendo games was legit.
Yeah, it's true. There's some.
Oh, so it's gonna be dot time
bangers,
in
man.
like a couple seconds. As soon as the coin touches me, which is now.
GG.
Thank you.
That was an awesome run, dude.
Thanks. Yeah, I went better than expected. All right.
Put us on schedule. Thank
Demon
you,
time.
Kanis. Oh yeah.
Yeah, speaking of dreams, I just thought everyone here should know I had a dream last night that Puexel was elected president of the United States. And I don't know where that came from. I guess he just has that presidential look.
He kind of does.
All right, so to be noted that Plexel for president. There's gonna
That's
be,
real, dude. Like, it actually happened. Like,
speed runs everywhere, worldwide.
all right.